It is the week of May 21st, 2019. My name is Mrs. Vigorito.
And I'm Mrs. Vetter. Welcome to the Ruth Fisher News for your last week of school.
In national and world news, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced the birth of their first child, a boy born on Monday, May 6, 2019, weighing in at 7 pounds 3 ounces. On Wednesday, May 8, 2019, they revealed baby Sussex's name as Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. He is believed to be the first mixed-race child to a senior member of the royal family in centuries, and is a reflection of modern Britain with its culturally diverse population.
Students were evacuated from a Buckeye school on Monday, May 6th, while police and fire crews investigated a hazardous situation Monday afternoon, the Buckeye Fire Department said. Fire officials said the incident appeared to be contained to the chemistry lab at the Odyssey Preparatory Academy in Buckeye. All other students were evacuated from the building while hazmat teams ran checks, fire officials said. According to the fire department, no serious injuries were reported. Now let's go over to Miss Porras with This Week in History.
Hello and welcome to This Week in History. I'm Mrs. Porras. Quite a few things happened this week, starting with a famous early 1900s pilot named Charles Lindbergh. He was the first solo air pilot to fly across the Atlantic and land in Paris on May 21st, 1927. This was an extraordinary accomplishment back when aviation was still fairly new. Going back even further, on May 23rd, 1785, Benjamin Franklin announced his invention of the bifocals, glasses which are still used today by people all over the world. If you love history as much as I do, you can visit onthisday.com to find many more interesting things that happened this week and many other weeks in history. This has been This Week in History. Have a great summer.
Thank you, Mrs. Porras. And now it's time for Cool Teacher Talents with Ms. Hacker and Ms. Schmidt.
I'm Ms. Schmidt.
I'm Mrs. Hacker. Mrs. Schmidt, you know that everyone is talented in their own way?
Of course, Ms. Hacker. Lots of our kids have talent, such as Eric, who smashes apples with his fingers.
Or Marco with his tech savviness.
Andrew is a comedian.
Always making us laugh.
Always.
Aiden, our NBA future basketball star.
Madeline has a lot of knowledge on music.
Lads. Sebastian, he can throw that football so far.
And Gio, and his mechanical skills.
And then there's Terry, with all those robotics.
Yeah, so we have a lot of talent in 8th grade for sure.
Yeah, Mariana, study habits.
Oh,
amazing.
Amazing.
Yes. What is your talent?
I make quilts, and, well, I was told the other day that somebody said, oh, I have a machine that makes quilts, but I still have to design them and cut the materials.
Yeah, very talented. I have a quilt. I rope. Well,
I know.
Not
and
really.
I'm not even sure with myself on them, of course.
Yeah.
So.
Not competitive yet. More of a trail rider at this status, but I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm.
But today, we're going to show you our new discovered talents.
Yeah.
Are you ready, Miss Schmidt?
It's pretty good. Yeah. Summer's a great time to learn a new talent or pick up a new skill.
We'll be working on ours. Come back and show us your talent next year and share it with us on the news.
Thanks.
Thanks, ladies. Now let's go over to Miss Betcher with our weather report.
Welcome to this week's weather forecast. I am Mrs. Betcher. It's going to be hot. Have a great summer.
Thanks, Ms. Betcher. And now it's time for entertainment news with Mrs. Halsrud.
Welcome to Entertainment News. I'm Mrs. Halsrud. Avengers Endgame and Game of Thrones nearly collided last week. And yes, that really was country star Chris Stapleton on GOT. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner got married in Las Vegas. Congratulations to them. In other news, the first official trailer was released for Toy Story 4. You can catch this Disney Pixar hit in theaters June 21st. That's all for Entertainment News. I'm Mrs. Halsrud.
Thank you, Mrs. Halsrud. Now it's time for Name That Thing with Mrs. Karen.
Welcome back to Name That Thing. I'm Mrs. Karen. This week for Name That Thing, we have an extreme close-up, and because there is no news next week, I am going to give you 3 options. You have to guess which it is. So here is the thing. Take a good look. Is it A, a close-up of a carpet, B, the bristles of a toothbrush, or C, pages in a book? You have 10 seconds to guess. If you said C, a close-up picture of pages in a book, you are correct. Make sure to read a few good books this summer. That is all for Name That Thing. See you next year.
Thank you, Miss Karen. And now we have Miss Connie with the lunch.
Hello, I'm Miss Connie, and I'm presenting What's for Lunch. Summertime is coming up, and we're gonna have to make lunch for ourselves in the summer. And I have a few ideas. We can do peanut butter wraps. You take the tortilla with peanut butter. You may add some jelly, or how about a banana? We also have bugs on a log. That's peanut butter with raisins. Yummy. Have a good summer, kids.
That sounds delicious. Now let's go over to Joke of the Week with Miss Renteria and Miss Walker.
Hi, welcome to Joke of the Week. I'm Mrs. Renteria.
And I'm Mrs. Walker.
Hey, Mrs. Walker.
Hi.
Why did the student eat his homework?
I don't know. Why did the student eat his homework?
Because his teacher said it was a piece of cake. And that's all for Joke of the Week.
Have a great summer.
Very funny, ladies. And now it's time for Science Time with Miss McDonald.
Welcome to Science Time. I'm Miss McDonald, a new relative of the Tyrannosaurus rex, much smaller than the huge ferocious dinosaur made famous in countless books and films, including, yes, Jurassic Park, has been discovered and named by a Virginia Tech paleontologist and an international team of scientists. The new named Tyrannosaur dinosaur stood roughly 3 feet tall at the hip and was about 9 feet in length. The entire animal only marginally longer than the skull of a fully grown Tyrannosaurus rex, according to Sterling Nesbitt, an assistant professor with Department of Geosciences in the Virginia Tech College of Science. In all, it is believed to have weighed between 45 and 90 pounds. The typical weight for a full-grown Tyrannosaurus rex is roughly 9 tons. Its diet likely consisted of the same as its larger meat-eating counterpart. It likely hunted small animals, although what it hunted is unknown. The dinosaur was at least 3 years old at death based on an analysis of its growth from its bones. The fossil dates back 92 million years to the Cretaceous period, a time when some of the largest dinosaurs ever found lived. That's all for Science Time. Have a wonderful summer.
Thank you, Miss McDonald. Now for our new segment, Speak Easy with Miss Cynthia and Miss Jasmine.
Hello, my name is Miss Cynthia.
We are speech therapists, or speech teachers to all you students. We are dedicated to help all of you learn to communicate with others to the best of your ability.
Whether it's with a device, sign language, or retraining your sound so that rabbit isn't wabbit and good isn't dud, we are here to help.
We are excited to share with you that this is the month of better speech and hearing.
Did you know that we all have moments when we don't communicate clearly? Sometimes we even mess up when we're speaking. These mess ups are called normal disfluencies. While it might be embarrassing that as an 8th grader you said tookie instead of cookie in front of the class, or as a teacher you said everybody find a blank page in your notebook, remember that we all do it. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, say your words and they will flow.
Communication is very important in all of our lives. We encourage you to be patient with others, especially when they do not communicate the same style you do. Daniel Webster once said, "If all my possessions were taken from me with one exception, I would choose to keep the power of communication. For by it, I would soon regain all the rest." Be sure to exercise this power every day by being a good listener and a good speaker. Thank you for joining us today on Speak Easy. We look forward to hearing from you in the next year.
You might be mean if...
You can't come with us! You can't come with me.
Oh, thank you.
You might be mean if...
You know, Mrs. Ortiz was expelled. That's why she's not here.
Wait, I thought she was having a baby.
No, she's expelled. You should tell everyone that's why she's not here.
You might be mean if...
I'm so hungry, but this is empty. Yeet.
Gosh, I'm gonna say Brandon, how's that count?
Ow.
Oh, how does this count? Ow! Suck that guy! Ow! Ow! What do you have?
I brought this healthy snack for my groovy girls.
Ow! 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 Wait, don't let your hand this nugget. Ew! Nobody says groovy anymore. Ew!
Ow.
Ew! Ew! Hey, go upstairs! No, we don't want you down here. Ew!
Even though we were trying to be funny in this skit, people who are mean are not funny at all. So please, be kind.
It ain't cool to be cruel. Have a great summer.
Thanks, guys.
Remember, this Thursday is an early release day.
That's all for your last Ruth Fisher news of the year.
Have a great summer. Go Colts!
2.
Thank you, Miss Fetcher. Now it's time for entertainment news with Mrs. Hosrud.
3, 2.
I don't even... Thank you.
Fossil dates back 92 million years to the Cretaceous period, a time when some of the largest dinosaurs ever lived. Can I do
2.
Thanks, ladies. Now let's go over to Miss Betcher with our... I forgot what it was already.
2.
And that's all for Joke of the Week. See you after the summer. What was I saying?
Do I have to say it's a local story?
You don't have to.
Okay.